Chicago! Welcome to Chicago. Very different to the last 4 out of our 5 games, but I did warn people. I did say this could happen. We're 4 out of our last 5 games, but also this is the Bulls, man. This is the Bulls. Don't get too crazy. You got people talking about potentially finishing in the 4th seed. What the fuck are you watching? Like, if we're talking about the top 4 seed, top 4? We got Bulls fans. We win 4 out of our last 5, which is fantastic, and I love that. I'm excited. I'm happy, and I'd love to see that for Chicago. But top 4? You reckon this Bulls team is a better team than the Orlando Magic? You reckon this Bulls team is better than the New York Knicks, the Celtics, and Cavaliers? Yes, I know we're 2-0 against the Knicks this year, but on an 82-game season, we're not better than the Knicks. We're not better than the Bucks on an 82-game season. They're 18-16. Where are you getting from the top 4? And that's no one in this chat, and I'm glad. I appreciate every single one of you. This is online. This is when you go on Twitter or X, whatever. You go on Reddit, you go on all these Facebook, you go on these places, and you got people saying, oh, we're only a couple of games out of the top 4. We're only a couple of games out of the 4th seed. What are you watching? Yes, we won 4 out of our last 5 games, but what are they watching to think that this team is going to be a top dog competitive team this year? And that's why, and again, this isn't me having a go at your CMB because your opinion's fine, but that's why I bite back. That's why I bite back at the Kevin Durant suggestion. 1, it financially won't work. But also 2, you add Kevin Durant into this game, and what exactly does it do? What does Kevin Durant do? He's 37 years old. 36 now, going on 37. What does he change about the team you're watching right now? Because this happens, this isn't just a one-off, man. I know it's a one-off in the last 5 games. It's a one-off in the last 5, or actually no, sorry, it's a second off in the last 6 games because you got the Wizards game, right? So it's the second time in 6 games you've seen this. Actually, no. You go back to the Hawks game. You go back to the first Bucks game. Like, overall, this is the Bulls. This is why the fan base is so frustrated right now. This is why they're so frustrated. Because we are the peak of a purgatory team where they are way too good to finish at the bottom of the standings. But they are nowhere near good enough to finish at the top of the standings. No one would actually really care too much if the Bulls had their pick this year. If they were guaranteed their first round pick this year, you wouldn't hear that much complaints. You wouldn't hear the Bulls fan base really frustrated and angry because you would get a guaranteed first round pick. But because it's a top 10 protected pick, which is above that like mid-range area, right? Because it's a top 10 pick, Bulls fans are worried that they're not competitive enough to win, and then they're still going to lose out on that first round pick. And that's why it was a win-win for the Spurs the other night that I was saying. Because the Spurs, they're the ones with the pick if it's outside of the top 10, right? And obviously you have to rely upon the lottery and all that. But the Spurs are the ones with the pick. So the Spurs win that game, and it helps the Bulls in regards to the draft pick, but also the Spurs win the game and helps their standings. But the Spurs lose that game, and then it screws the Bulls over in regards to their win-loss record. They go to 17-19 rather than 16-20. And now guess what? The Spurs, although they lost in the standings, they're not trying to win this year. They're not going to win the NBA this year. Well, they're building towards it. But with that loss, it means the Bulls are now further away from securing that top 10 protected pick. So they were in a win-win the other night. So that comeback for us was fantastic, but they were in a win-win. Tell me I'm wrong. They were in a win-win. They don't lose out in that situation because, again, and also it would help their first-round pick. They have a pick as well, like their own pick. I'll go here. They're currently sitting in 13th. On Tankathon, it's currently got them selecting Ace or Nil. I think it'll go higher than that. But they've currently got 13th. So if the Bulls finish outside of that top 10, then they're going to have 2 first-round picks inside that top 15. Probably inside the top 15. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So that's why Bulls fans are so up and at 'em. But it's like, I can't support my team to lose. It's not in my blood. It's not in my DNA. I cannot support my team to lose. But this is just the definition of purgatory. You go from beating the Knicks. You go from coming back 19 against the Spurs with Wemby and dunking on his head. You go from beating the Bucks to losing to the Wizards by 18 points. And then this game where no one's doing jack. I'm crashing out. This isn't a crash out. Like, if I was crashing out, I'd be losing it. But, like, Like, I'm not crazy here, surely. Like, I'm going to seek your validation here. I'm not crazy for the way that I'm thinking right now. It's so difficult. If they had their first round pick guaranteed, no one would care. Because no matter what, you're getting someone, and the top 20 is pretty stacked. I'd say all the way up to like 18. Actually, we'll go back and have a look here. And I do like someone in the second round for the Bulls' second round pick. But, man, geez, we're all the way down to 41st for that second round pick at the moment. Man, I really want Donnie Freeman. I'd really like Donnie Freeman from Syracuse in that second round. But in the first round, like, Hugo Gonzalez is going in 20th on this prediction. Hugo Gonzalez is going in 20th. Rocco Zikarsky is not a bad player from Brisbane. He's in the Brisbane Bullets. Rocco Zikarsky is going in 25th. Man. Surely I'm not crazy in the way I'm thinking here. So we're into the second half here now, guys. I hope you've loved my rant. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. That's just how passionate we are about the Bulls, though. I love my Bulls. I love this team, and I want to see success. Here's the Pacers 3, and they're going to hit it. Like, straight away to start the second half, and they give up a 3-3 at the top.